Welcome back, traders and investors. Duolingo just reported earnings and they smashed their earnings report once again. Revenue up 41%, daily users up 36%, and profits explode to nearly $300 million, that is. But there's a twist here. The stock went down massively, and maybe it's some tax benefit, or maybe it's because of AI, like it was the last quarter, or maybe, but is the strong growth story over, or is it just a clever accounting maneuver that is going to come back and bite them in the ass? We're going to find out that and much more today in this video. Also, we're going to take a look at if the stock right now is a buy, a sell, and forget about it, a long-term investment, or who knows, maybe just buy some puts on it. Nevertheless, we're going to check out Duolingo's revenue and their earnings report right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Norbert Menhardt, and right here at WealthDom, I build and protect wealth. So like and subscribe, and let's get started with the video. Because Duolingo's world's most popular English, French, Spanish, so far and so on, Portuguese, Japanese, everything that you want, is the world's most popular language learning app. And now it's expanding into new subjects like math and even chess. Even the chess users are pretty happy about them. The stock has been on a tear in 2025 here. It gave back some wins. It was up over 70% year to date, driven by relentless user growth and AI-driven products. But let's take a look at their earnings highlight. Anyway, before we do that, I just want to mention what the CEO said in press release. We passed, and I quote now, we passed a major milestone this quarter. More than 50 million people now use Duolingo every day. I'm sorry, I bit the tip of my tongue yesterday and I'm talking like an idiot. Sorry about that. We had a great 2025 so far, with duos and revenues both up 40% or more in the first 9 months compared to the same period last year, all while expanding profitability. And I just want to give you the gist of it. They did mention, or the CEO mentions, that he's concentrating now on growing user base, just like Amazon did. And this is a great example to Amazon. Amazon had their stock just destroyed a couple of years back. And they were investing money, only concentrating on getting more people in. And as soon as they got those people in, they started monetizing them. So they're currently concentrating on growing, although they had going to go over their earnings, they had massively great earnings. They're concentrating on growing their user base, meaning free users, meaning less revenue maybe, and maybe converting them into more revenue later on down the road. So let's just quickly go over what they show the letter. Because the mission statement is really interesting. Our mission is to develop the best education in the world and make it universally available. And me as a content creator also did a couple of courses. I know how important it is to work on those little details, on really giving the user the best experience. Not only the best experience, but he has to come back to your product or refer your product with the certainty that he really learned something from it. So you can always rely on that product will teach you something. That's really important. Okay, let's go over the highlights here. So daily active users upped into Q3 2025. 36% to 50 million users. The monthly active users, so that was the monthly active users, 135 million, up 20% to the previous year. The paid subscribers up 34% to 11.5 million, and paid subscriber penetration 9%. Also, let's go over the financial metrics. Revenue up 41% to 271 million in Q3 2025. Total bookings up 33% year to year to a whopping 281.9 million, net income 292 million, and adjusted EBITDA 80 million. That is up 29%. Also, let's take a look at their guidance, and let me just read this quote from them. So in Q3, we decided to shift the balance towards longer term initiatives. In particular, we are investing proportionally more in teaching better. Just as I said, when I realized that my courses needed because I also did a couple of web development courses. At the heart, I love coding. But enough about that. And I realized after my first course that the quality, not the video, not only the audio, but the feeling, how good you taught somebody something, is at the essence. Also, audio needs to be good, video needs to be good, because you have to see what happens there. But once again, the teaching quality, the flow of information, the feedback that you're getting with that information, the questions that need to be answered, that is teaching. Okay, just like in the class, you have a good teacher, you're happy to go to his class. You have bad, or his or her class, you have a bad teacher. It's not even that you're interested in it. Even a good teacher can make you interest and grow your interest in that material, physics or whatever. So we are prioritizing using growth over monetization in the A/B test that get launched. The shift is reflected in our 4-year guidance. We are doing this now because we want to keep growing users for a long time, and because of our increasing convictions that AI can fundamentally change what's possible in how we teach. If we develop an app that is more engaging than and teaching as well as a personal tutor across multiple subjects, we think will become a much bigger business in the long term. So the long term. Okay, now how long will this last? Well, if I'm a Duolingo investor, then I want it to last forever. They don't pay dividends, although maybe they will. Who knows? As Q4, I'm expected. So this is their outlook. As Q4, I'm excited about a number of products initiatives. We are introducing player versus player on our chess course. That's cool. A new flashcard. Oh, by the way, the thing that AI can beat a human player, well, it's just great. But I have been beaten by AI in multiple games. If you're a gamer that you know, then you know that you can be beaten by AI. That's the PC, that's the computer. And as you can beat it. And at the end of the day, it's much fun playing against humans because you can say at the end of the day, haha. And no, that's not why. But we don't want to play necessarily against PvE, player versus environment. We want to be a PvP. We want to be the best chess player between humans, not between AI and humans. That's not a concern here. So yes. Don't worry about AI. The new flashcards, I continue exercise for better word memorization and new guide video calls format that should help increase Max adoption. Q4 also brings two of our biggest annual events, that is Year in Review and our New Year's promotion. Both are high-impact events with global reach that we believe it will set up for a strong finish of the year. And I also believe that. Now let's take a look at the stock reaction because this was just awful. So here we go. Duolingo, this is 1 day, 25% fall down. 5 days, 27%. 1 month, 40%. 6 months, 61%. Year to date, 40%. Year to year, 37%. All time, 37%. Stock is the IPO is not that long ago. But currently, with this, it's a $192 stock, falling from, let's say, a $500 stock. Okay, let's just keep this in mind. $520 a share to $192 a share currently. Okay, so let's take a look at the S&P here, and I'm going to explain just in a couple of minutes why I'm making this comparison. So S&P, as you can see, this is the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the world. And where the S&P goes up, comes down, and it goes up and it comes down. And if you take longer, it goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down. Now this is the bulk of the 5 most powerful companies in the world. But as you can see here, there are also really dark days. Even not only days, but from February till April, it was really dark. So a bunch of stocks also had the black days. Amazon, as I just mentioned. Apple had a massive pullback. That's this. Google had a massive pullback. So is this the end of Duolingo? I don't think so. And let's just do here a little bit of technical analysis on it. If you take a look at the RSI, massively oversold on a daily at 19, MACD clear sell signal. Ikimochu cloud clearly, this is the weekly Ikimochu cloud, clearly outside the cloud, underneath the cloud. Really bearish. Let's now go on the weekly chart here. Massive sell-off. Hit is 200-day moving average. As I said, the stock is not out that long. It's when has it IPO? It had it on the 28th of July 2021. So as usual, IPO up, then down, and now this is interesting, went above its IPO price, stayed above its IPO, is fluctuating, then went even higher. This is 2025, so yes, with AI, it went even higher, and now it came back. And it's testing, it's already underneath its IPO, short-term IPO price movement, July till the top in 20th of September. So if you're a long-term holder for Duolingo, again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just take this as education and research purpose. Do your own research, make up your own mind. But Duolingo, at this point, if you're a long-term investor, could be a potential. I don't have Duolingo stock, but at this point, I'm seriously looking at Duolingo. Also because, go back and watch my weekend video on gap filling. This right here is a gap. You can see this little candle right here? This was a gap. Now this gap needs to be filled. Would it go up? Would it go down once more? I don't know. I can see in the future, but just know the gaps need to be filled. So on a technical level, this could be a good trade. On a long-term thesis, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to go to the options table, so if you don't want to just buy the stock, let's just say Duolingo will go even further, you could do the following. You could. Don't have to do this. You could go to the December expiration date, the 19th of December, 43 days out. You can do this tomorrow. Look at underneath their expected move. So the expected move is currently $43 up or down. The Q is more to the downside, as you can see here. So if you would take this 150 day, 150 strike, and wait until the market opens, because you can place them. Okay, you could place them, but it's not a good idea. Place this put right here. Sell this put. You will currently get 290, although I would try to get the middle price, which is $305 if the stock never goes to 150. Or you could just go and create you can buy leaps. So go out January the 15th, take the 81, I would like something more than 81 and maybe 85. Buy this call, 130 call, go back to December and sell against it a, let's say, 0.24 delta 5.7 call. It would cost you $8,000, but this is a synthetic stock. So instead of paying almost $20,000 for a stock, you would pay $8,000 for the stock, $8,500, let's just say, and get a really good return if this plays out and if Duolingo winds up on a higher bracket. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this a buy? Is this a complete sell of Duolingo? I really like the stock here. Thinking about buying it. For more information of what moves I do in my portfolio, check out my Substack. Become a paid member, even then you're going to see everything that I do. With this being said, I'm Norbert Menhardt. I build and protect health. You're watching Wealth Tom. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for further stock reviews, and catch you next time. Stay safe out there. Bye bye.